welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Columbus Crew versus LAFC in the 2023 MLS Cup Final. Columbus Crew contra LAFC en la final de la Copa MLS. LAFC going for two. Columbus looking to not shock the league, but win the cup for the second time in 4 seasons. Yep, second time in 4 seasons for the Columbus Crew. Not really shocking the league, but Tim Bezbatchenko looking for his 3rd cup as a president of a club. Second with Columbus. On the same day, Toronto won their treble back in 2017. Fitting. By the way, didn't Columbus win the MLS Cup back on December 9th, 2020? Or was that the 10th? Either way. Would be crazy if it's a really lucky day for Tim Bezbatchenko. Not that I'd be happy for him. I like Tim Bez. But with that being said, starting 11s are as follows. They're getting ready for the pregame celebrations at lower.com field. 11s are as follows. For the Columbus Crew, the home side, the 4th seeded team in the East. But they still have more points than LAFC, so they get to host. Patrick Schulte, the back 3, Multi Amundsen, Rudy Camacho, Steven Moreira. The midfield 4, Yaw Yaboa, Aiden Morris, Darlington Nagbe, Mo Farsi. The front 3 are Diego Rossi, Alexandru Matan, and Cucho Hernandez. For LAFC, your defending cup champions looking to retain their title. You got Maxime Crépeau in goal. The back 4, Ryan Hollingshead, Jesus Murillo, Giorgio Chiellini, Diego Palacios. The front 3, the midfield 3 are Timothy Tillman, Ilie Sanchez, Kelvin Acosta, and the midfield 3 are front 3 are Christian Oliveira, Carlos Vela, and Denny Bwanga. Carlos Vela, who might be playing his last game in black and gold, same as Giorgio Chiellini, but both of them playing their last game in black and gold, very possibly. Tonight. Players to watch for Columbus first. Cucho, of course. 4 goals in 5 playoff matches. They played all 3 in the first round. They've played the Eastern Conference semis and final. 5 games. LAFC's only played 4. Denny Bwanga, player to watch for LAFC. 24 MLS goals this season, including the playoffs. The Golden Boot winner, Denny Bwanga. It's very similar, to be honest. Except I'd say the midfield for Columbus is better, but there are very similar styles. And they both have questionable defenses. This game is going to be interesting. 14 minutes to kick off. So it'll be 3:10. Kind of figured. MLS Cup 2023. The champion to be crowned. We've been watching games since the end of February in this league. In league matches, we've been watching since the end of February. Hell, Champions League started after the league started this year for once. That won't be the same next year, by the way. So we're back to some CCO games being preseason matches, which I hate that, but you know, them's the damn breaks with this league because they like doing stuff like that. Hit that like button, get us one going. I agree with them. This will be a great game. This will be an amazing game. So I can't wait. We're going to have some fun with this one. I think we're going to get a goal fest. I still do. I'm going to be shocked if we get past like the 25th minute without a goal. Legit, I'm going to be shocked. If we get past the 25th minute without a goal, I'm going to be shocked. There's going to be a goal by the 25th minute. I don't know who scores it. I'm not making that prediction. What I am predicting is that there will be a goal in the first 25 minutes of this game. And then more from there. Now, question being, and there's the last time we're probably going to see the Continental Tire Elie Sanchez commercial. Because by the time the season starts next year, they're going to have another commercial. I don't know how they're going to do it if there's no penalties, but we'll find out. Isaiah's here saying LAFC jersey is on for his boy Kel Acosta, who's starting tonight. Vela going to a different team. Well, yeah, he's leaving LAFC. It's not my birthday for another month and 11 days. And even if it was my birthday, it would be shit. Why? Shohei Ohtani went to the Dodgers. Toronto got Kawhi'd again. And Dylan Gabriel went to Oregon instead of Mississippi State. At least it's MLS Cup Day. So I'm glad it isn't my birthday. Because if it was, it'd be the birthday from hell. Hey, but at least I can be Delulu over other things. Rory says, go Crew. I just want both teams to have fun. I mean, I picked LAFC, so I'm rooting for my pick. But I really just want both teams to have fun. I just want a good game. And if my pick's wrong, so be it. My pick's wrong, so be it. My pick's wrong, so be it. But I just want both teams to have fun. I'm pulling for Nagby. I did like the respect that Valeri gave Nagby. That was awesome. Why'd we get Shohei? Because you got the money. And he wanted to stay in LA. And Dodgers get what they want. The Dodgers get what they want. Even if Toronto has a freaking conglomerate backing them. We paid $100 million less. We paid for it. And if he held that damn playing thing against us, even though nobody in the Jays organization leaked it, I'm going to be pissed. Even though Dave Roberts' loose lips was talking shit the whole time, they didn't get it held against them, and he was actually leaking shit. At least Dave Roberts didn't pull the most sackable offense of his life, which he's pulled a good bit. He's pulled like 10. How's he still the Dodgers manager? Don't know, but at least he didn't ruin his career by opening his mouth about Ohtani. I guess Toronto sleuth fans finding the frickin' plane. I had a bad feeling about that. He still held it against the team, even though nobody on the Jays organization or anybody worth a damn figured the plane thing out. But as soon as it got jumped on by Morosi, who is basically Canadian, because he knows French. He acts like he's Canadian. Shit, I don't know. What do I know? Point is, I'm leaving the freaking Ohtani thing alone. I think we just got Kawhi again. I hated it the last time. I feel like I'm living through Groundhog Day. Except instead of a cactus, well, he never stepped foot in Toronto. But still. We got Kawhi again. Except he wasn't playing with us. But still, same thing. 3 MLS Cup appearances for the Crew. This is their 4th. They've won MLS Cups in 2 of them. The one they lost was to Portland. LA's been in 1 MLS Cup. They won it. 22. This is their 2nd. Can they go 2 for 2? 3 trophies to 7. 75 wins to 90 wins. Since 2018. Saying that about Nagby. Diego Valeri's the greatest. Saying that about Nagby. Nagby's one of the best American midfielders in history. Can't argue that. And I got a picture with him. Hey, here's the thing. Josie Altidore was right. I watched a clip from the Kickin' It episode he was on. I know, I got to catch up. I haven't watched the full episodes of Kicking It. I've been busy. Maybe during the holiday. I have a little bit more time considering Mississippi State ain't having a bowl game. I don't know what's going to start season 6. But I got some time. I think I'm going to make a little bit of a tradition out of streaming something football related, like a documentary around Christmas. Because last year, I did FIFA Uncovered on Netflix. I could do a couple of things. But I still need to catch up on those Kicking It episodes. So, Josie should be very interesting. I'm surprised I haven't watched it yet. Because I'm sure he talks about Toronto. Should be interesting. But I was seeing the thing about Trinidad, and he was saying Nagbe should have gotten more of a chance with the U.S. men's national team. I agree with him. Hell, I mean, Nagbe could play a Gold Cup right now. And he probably would have been better than half the players they called up. Like, had the USA called up Nagbe for the Gold Cup in the summer, I think they would have done better. I know he's older. Sometimes you need that veteran leadership, even if it ain't going to lead anywhere. And besides, he was better than half the players in that damn midfield. And I think he could have played Berhalter's system. I didn't think about it then, but I certainly, it's raining down there, isn't it? There's the trophy. Buster Douglas. From Columbus? How we doing, Captain? Buster Douglas is from Columbus. I knew he was a good boxer. I didn't know he was from Columbus. Back in the day, you didn't know where the boxers were from. No, you don't even... Well, you know Tyson Fury is from up there. Tax tweets have been pissing me off. That he's doing his job then. Like, I love Tack. I love his content. I love what he does. It doesn't piss me off. He's a bit of a troll. That's where his bread is buttered. I mean, that's kind of like what you have to be to really, partly really to blow up in this sort of space, is be a troll. I mean, Shannon Sharp is a troll sometimes. He's also hilarious, but, you know, there you go. Stephen A. Skip Bayless definitely is a troll. Now, you could go too far. Skip Bayless, but still. Or Mad Dog, Chris Russo. It's funny, they've been around so long you didn't think they have to be trolls, but okay, Skip might be the bad version of a troll. Now, Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp, when they have to, they will. But they're hilarious when they do it, especially Shannon Sharp. Teams have walked out. We'll be ready to go in minutes. That flew by a lot quicker than I thought. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. The anthem to be sung, the United States anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Looks like Columbus. Well, you can't really tell by their shorts, can you? Like Columbus, like LAFC is wearing their black jerseys. Wellesley Arms doing the national anthem. Nice. Done a couple of WWE pay-per-view theme songs as well. That's how I know them. You really think I like metal just because I like metal? Come on. It's WWE pay-per-view theme songs that did it. Then I went from there. Or sometimes entrance themes, but you get the point. You think I would know This Fire Burns if it wasn't for CM Punk? Because back in the day, that used to be his theme song. And honestly, it's still better than Cult of Personality. Honestly, it fits him better now than it used to. Columbus look like they're wearing their yellow shirts. LAFC wearing their black shirts. I need to go to lower.com field. It looks like looked like a cool stadium. Maybe I need to go back to Columbus. Columbus isn't half bad. Stop with Ohio slander. Columbus is a good city. I like Columbus. Columbus is a good city. It's a great stadium, yeah. Columbus wearing their yellows. LAFC wearing their black jerseys. The right jersey matchup, by the way. Because Jesus Christ, if LAFC had to wear those olive drab green jerseys, I would have lost it. That was legitness. And a football city. True. Vela and Nagby for the coin toss. Armando Villarreal is the referee tonight. He's not the worst. He's not the best, but he's not the worst. But I think we can handle. Armando Villarreal is the center ref. I do like those anthem jackets for the crew. I thought I'd buy another team's anthem jackets, but you get my point. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Maxime Crepeau, they're interviewing him. Broke his leg in the last MLS Cup, of course. Made his way back, played in September. 11 matches played this season for Crepeau. 4 playoff games. That would be 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 games in the regular season. This will be his 5th, so 12 games. Club World Cup's coming soon. I know. I'll be live for every game. I'll be live for every game in that tournament. Is this game free? Yes, on Apple TV. This game is free, yeah. And it's also on Fox proper, I think. Hold on. It is on Fox proper as well. So if you have Fox proper, no problem with Nexstar. They fixed that like 3 months ago before the MLB playoffs and college football season. It's on regular Fox. It's free on Apple TV. Say, at least they made the game free because they should. Why? Because it's the MLS Cup. I'm surprised they went the extra mile, though, because it was on Fox. You could watch it on Fox. I'm surprised they did that. I wonder if they would had Messi been in it, though, because let's remember the Leagues Cup could have done the same thing. That game was just on Apple TV. Makes you wonder. Crepeau clearly outplayed McCarthy this year. I agree. And we're off. LAFC kicks off the MLS Cup. Let's see how quick we get a goal. We are underway at MLS Cup 2023. The defending champions versus the Eastern Conference champions, a team that nobody really pegged to be in this situation, even when the playoffs started. But especially when the season started, people thought Columbus would be good. Yes. Did they think they'd be in the Cup? No. Columbus didn't come out of nowhere. I don't think anybody's shocked that they're in the Cup Final. But they definitely weren't a favorite to make it. Preseason or pre-playoffs. But I don't think anybody's shocked. They've been good all year. They've been good all year. LAFC have had a shoddy season comparatively to their expectations. If they win the MLS Cup, retain the MLS Cup, that is bare minimum of what we thought would happen with LAFC this year. What a lot of people thought LAFC would do this year. Everybody thought LAFC would be the CONCACAF champions. Everybody thought LAFC would win Campeones Cup. Everybody thought LAFC would win a couple of trophies, retain the shield. That did not. Which in MLS, you go on a Champions League run, it's very hard to do that, at least the shield part of things. But, 2 minutes in, Leon's going to surprise everyone and make the Club World Cup final. I'd be happy if they did. Ironically, both teams are the 3rd seed. I thought Columbus was the 4. Oh, right. Philly was the 4. Yep. Columbus was the 3rd. My bad. I knew I got that. Yeah. LAFC are the 3rd seed as well, but Columbus had more points. But LAFC wouldn't even have hosted the Cup against Philly, ironically enough, because Philly was the 4th seed and they still had more points than LAFC because MLS is weird. To me, it should be about seeding. Now, of course, if it's equal, like if it's 3rd seed versus 3rd seed, it should be the team with more points. But if it's like somehow the 4th seed in the East still has more points than any team that could host in the West or left in the West, in my opinion, if the 2nd seed in the West faces the 4th seed in the East and the 4th seed in the East has more points, it still should be by seeding, but by conference seeding. But I guess, I don't know. It's just weird. Not too weird to see 3rd seed host a 3rd seed. But MLS is weird where it's like, this team ended up finishing 2nd in their conference, but they still had less points than the 4th place team in the East. So finishing 2nd in your conference doesn't count for something? I don't know. Eyes-wise, it probably gets more eyes. Feelings-wise, it sucks. Would I have still worn it had St. Louis made it? Yes. Probably. So I knew I was going to wear the suit when Toronto got eliminated. I think I had made the decision had St. Louis even made the final, I would have worn the suit unless I went there because I'm not wearing. But then again, I think they would have hosted Columbus. So in general, yeah. It was like, unless I went there, but I don't know if I would have. At this point. Had I been here, I would have worn the suit though. But if I went, I would have worn the St. Louis kit. But they took care of that problem for me. Very risky game right now for both teams. I agree, but I kind of felt like this would be the case. It's shaping up like we thought, or at least like I thought for it to shape up. Both teams going for it. Because the first team who scores probably be the team who wins. If we're being honest. Both teams have really good forward play. Defenses are pretty suspect. Midfield, LAFC's midfield isn't great. Columbus has a really good midfield. I'm not saying Elie, Tillman, and Acosta suck. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I like Aiden Morris and Darlington Nagbe better. Aiden Morris and Darlington Nagbe are better. Right now, they are better than Acosta, Tillman, and Acosta, Tillman, Sanchez. Like, I would take Darlington Nagbe every day and twice on Sunday over Elie Sanchez. And I've said that for a good couple of years. Well, the LAFC backline isn't getting burned. Doesn't take much. How we doing, Adam? Won't take much. But for me right now, if if I had to choose, if I was building a team and I could pick anybody in MLS or just anybody in general, but if I had to build my own team, and there were a couple of choices, like you gave me a choice for every position, and the choice was Elie or Nagbe, I'd pick Nagbe. I would have said that 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Fox is doing it with Apple. I know. I'm still watching on Apple TV, though, because I have Apple TV. .620. First corner of the game. Corner for the Columbus Crew. Rossi to take. Against this former team, mind you. Did we forget to bring that up? I think we did. Diego Rossi playing against his former team, who he used to be Denny Bwanga before Denny Bwanga was Denny Bwanga. Columbus could score early. LAFC could too. Farsi. I mean, Diego Rossi was... I know Denny Bwanga is more lethal as a forward, but Diego Rossi wasn't... He wasn't that bad either. Like, LAFC Diego Rossi, Jesus, man. Especially 2019 Diego Rossi. Oh. Man. That was something. Hell, 2020 Diego Rossi I thought was something. Yeah, LAFC wasn't really that good that year, but damn, he carried that damn team. I'm surprised he failed in Europe, to be honest. Feels different not to be watching on Fox this year. I agree. Before the final, what are your thoughts on Super Saturday? I can't believe Arsenal lost to Villa. Good evening for Emery. Not a good evening for Arsenal. Liverpool got the win. Good for them. And that's about as much as I know. And Murillo pushes him down. No penalty on Morris. Or no penalty for Morris. Wait. Is that dude wearing the Waldo gear? Is that Sir Yacht? Or is that just some dude wearing Columbus-colored Waldo gear? The Big A Derby. I remember when the only option was Fox. They had the energy, but not the ball knowledge. I agree. Win probability down to 41.4 for Columbus from 41.6. Are they saying LAFC's win probability went up? Columbus has been more dangerous. I don't know what the hell. I think Columbus has been more dangerous, but again, I'm not putting too much stock in win probability because I don't think those numbers are going to last very long on either end. This game ain't over till that final whistle's blown. Shot cleared. Chiellini caught by Crepeau. They say it stays in. Good play by Giorgio Chiellini. Bellissimo. Giorgio Chiellini still got the quality. It's just that he's old. He can't run. But when he has to make a clearance, he can make a clearance. Bellissimo, Giorgio. Bellissimo. Bellissimo. Bellissimo, Giorgio. Yeah. I don't want to see him get burnt. That would hurt. It would hurt me to see Giorgio Chiellini get absolutely burnt. I want him to go out with dignity. Because if he leaves, he's retiring straight up. I want him to go out with dignity. I'm not saying win the cup. Just don't get burnt. You know? It would hurt to see Giorgio Chiellini go out getting burnt like toast. It's over Bayern Munich. Unbeaten run is over, losing 5-1 to Frankfurt. Leverkusen is the only team unbeaten as of December 9th. Leverkusen is going to be top of the Bundesliga at Christmas. Not that matters. Because any team who isn't Bayern who's top of the Bundesliga at Christmas loses it anyway. If it's Bayern, they're going to win. It doesn't matter who's top at Christmas. At least recently. Like, being top of the Bundesliga at Christmas is honestly cursed unless you're Bayern. The only time it's cursed to be top of the league at Christmas is if you're Arsenal in the Premier League. In Italy, it depends. Good defending from Columbus. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I feel that Ohtani snubbed your baseball club. We got Kawhi again. That's about all I got to say. I'm not happy. 2 assists in 6 playoff matches for Aiden Morris. He was a 2020 MLS Cup champion. He staked his claim in the 2020 MLS Cup Final when Durán was hurt. And he played a damn good game. And he's only been in the playoffs twice because the Crew have only been in the playoffs twice in his career. They didn't make it in 21 because he blew out his ACL. Early in the season during a CCL match, if you remember, I was live for that. I was live for that match. I'm just saying. And as well, he did make it in 22 because that's why Caleb Porter got fired, is because they didn't make it in 22. But Aiden Morris has came back very well for that ACL injury because he's been one of the best players on Columbus, or maybe one of their unsung heroes for the past 2 years. Sevilla just equalized against Mallorca 1-1. Oh, interesting. I hate MLS so much for what they did to LAFC. What did they do? 13th minute. What are you talking about? What did they do? 13th minute, 0-0, settle. Even game, and both teams are really, I mean, Columbus has threatened more, but even LA's threatened a couple of times. Vela, maybe his last game in black and gold. What does he do? Vela with a back heel. Hollingshead. Tillman loses the ball. Oh, the flare thing. Oh, I agree. Yep, I agree. The flare thing. The flare thing, yeah. And it's funny because MLS, I'm going to say this just like Alexis Guerrero said on Morning Footy earlier this week. MLS is going to use those videos, those pictures of the 32-52 lighting off the flares, like 60% opacity or whatever, in their next season sizzle reel and the commercials for next season. But they ban them and sanction them for doing it, but they're going to use the pictures for their commercials. Like, pick a side. They did it to freaking Inebriati before the Ottawa situation, okay? Ottawa situation they kind of had to get banned for. I mean, I didn't like it, but they already were on thin ice. The Ottawa situation happened. They weren't going to get the benefit of the doubt. And, I mean, the pitch did catch on fire and flags caught on fire. You know, I get why they got banned. I'm not saying they should have. I get why. But Inebriati was known for not really being in good standing anyway. In general, though, if MLS is going to use those pictures to sell their games like they did to the Inebriati and like they did to Sector Latino and like they did to everybody else, either say clearly you don't want ultras groups because you want to rather cater to the soccer mom, or let the ultras groups do what they do. All I'm saying. Like, you can't put over an ultras group if you're going to let them. Oh, yeah, Timbers Army. It happened to them, too. Timbers Army did a choreo. They got banned for it. But, they put them in commercials, though. I remember that, too. Yeah, it happened to Timbers Army, happened to Inebriati, and now it's happening to 32-52. But when you're really good and you do a choreo and they start getting you. Point is, MLS, either pick the soccer moms or pick the ultras. Don't punish the ultras if you're going to turn around and put those pictures in your commercials. Because that makes no sense. But there are rules. Yeah, but if there are rules, why are you basically saying, yeah, we know there are rules, but when you break the rules, we're going to put them in a commercial? Isn't that counterintuitive? 16th minute. Isn't that counterintuitive? Both AC Milan and Dortmund were embarrassing. Both of them got red cards. Gio Reyna and Pulisic were not doing enough. I can't wait to see Football Americas on Monday. The Herc is going to savage him, I guess. How we doing, Henry? 17th minute. If he needs to. Well, if it's as bad as you should. 0-0, 0-0. Columbus is starting to control this game. Not too surprised, honestly. There were going to be moments where Columbus was going to dominate anyway. Kind of always had that feeling. It's apparent that MLS is a clown show. They always have been. How the hell Apple paid them all that money to put their league on Apple TV, I'll never know. Oh, and by the way, Don Garber, no fourth DP, but they're saying there's going to be roster changes. What does that mean? They're going to raise the cap, raise the TAM, and not have an extra DP, which I heard somebody basically said this might be a better thing than an extra DP, is them raising the cap more by a percentage and making the U22 spots straight up. You don't have to have two U22 DPs to get U22 DP to get three other U22 spots. You just get 3 U22 spots plus your 3 DPs, which is basically 6 DPs. If you pick the right U22 players, you basically have 6 DPs. Now, if you're Atlanta, that's a really good thing. If you're a team like Toronto, no, probably not. Here's the market inefficiency in MLS. Going to South America and Central America to scout the young players. It's not Europe anymore, at least for the young players. You don't go to Italy to scout young Italians and put them in MLS. It just doesn't work that way for the U22 spots. You got to go to Central America and South America to get those U22s. I don't know. Well, either they're really creating good young players in South America more than Europe right now, or maybe it's just the quality of players that MLS could pick up due to financial straits for a lot of these teams like a Santos or a Boca or a Grêmio, or in that situation. River's never in financial straits, but Nacional, maybe it's the financial straits of the South American teams that displace those young players to make them choose to go to MLS because they get a good payday and they have a better platform to move to a bigger league that gets them even better payday in the future. Maybe that's the case. Maybe Europe, when you're an Italian, it's like, hey, I'm just going to go play for Juve or play for Roma and just stick with it. But in South America and Central America, it's like, am I really going to get in at this club? And besides, it's at financial straits. They may go down. Might as well move. Because, I mean, that has been a documented fact that South American football and Central American football, monetarily wise, financially wise, isn't doing the best. Like Santos, Boca's got problems. And Javier Milei does not like Boca either, the new Argentinian president, which, one, Viva la Libertad carajo. Second of all, Boca's, they weren't doing good in the league right now, and they got just because they made the Libertadores final, they basically shithoused their way there. But 21st minute, cross in, Yeboah, that's going to go out for a corner. Corner for Columbus off of Holling's head. In the 21st minute, 0-0. And Morris is down. We're 4 minutes away from me being shocked there's no goals. Cross in. They take it short. Matan, cross. Rossi does not get there, and that'll be a goal kick for Crepeau. Good thing I didn't do a Ramen Noodle Express this MLS Cup, crazily enough. The Ramen Noodle Express we did not do. And you can't put bets. Well, I guess you could put bets in now, but it's funny, like, Army 10-0. Damn it. You know the Marines are a department of the Navy, right? So I have to say, go Navy, beat Army. So, because the Marines are a department of the Navy. That's how they started. So, in my book, go Navy, beat Army. Because rooting for the Navy is pretty much rooting for the Marines. Yeah. Devil Dogs! Semper Fi. Semper Fi, do or die. "23rd minute. Army sport our school, so I sport that. Fair enough. Huh. There you go. There's a reason I sport Navy, and there's a reason you sport Army. There we go. Because there's no Team Marines, but there's Team Air Force, but pretty much Team Navy is Team Marines, because the Marines are a department of the Navy. I thought Cucho had it. Honestly, damn. Good save by Crepeau. I think he got a touch to it. Hmm. "24th minute. I'm surprised there's no goals yet. I like how Cucho isn't afraid to just rip it. It's like he mostly scores outside the box. I wish Toronto could have a striker like that, but they're too weak to shoot outside the box. Hell, a lot of Columbus just likes to shoot outside the box. I like that. How about you damn shoot out the box? Like, maybe sometimes to score a goal, you got to shoot outside of the box. If it ain't going down and you can't walk it in, which Toronto loves to do, that's probably part of the problem why they ain't scored many goals over the past 3 years. They like to try to walk it in. Hello, McFly. Sometimes you got to just shoot from outside the box, especially if you got the chance. And if it doesn't fall, it doesn't fall. You're in the same position you were anyway. Think outside of the box. You just made me think of that old Taco Bell advertising campaign. I know it was think outside the bun, but you know what I mean. Chicha's looking to stay in MLS. Oh, fuck. If we're going for Funes Mori, that means Toronto's going to go for Chicharito. I don't know which one's worse. Lord have mercy, Bill Manning's going to do something stupid, isn't he? Vela, blocked away. Oh, Lord, Bill Manning's going to do something stupid, isn't he? He's going to go Funes Mori or Chicharito. Oh, my God. He's going to do something stupid, isn't he? Because the one team who would sign Chicharito in MLS, Toronto, because we're dumb. We're absolutely dumb. He's got a name, you know. He'll put asses in seats. Oh, Lord have mercy. Can he score goals? No. Thought so. And I'm sure he's not going to get better after he blew out his damn knee. Let him go to Chivas, please. And Funes Mori ain't much better. And he puts less asses in seats anyway. Who comes to a game for Funes Mori? Who? Pray tell. It's like saying people come to games for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Nobody came to games for him. Shot, set, oh, past the post. Goes behind the net. That'll be a goal kick for Crepeau. Rossi puts it wide. What up, soccer guy? How we doing? No problem. Because Toronto's not in it. Because we suck. Man United was already against Chelsea and lost to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, relax underestimating. Then Columbus trying to call game early. They've been trying to call game most of this game. Chicho is better than Funes Mori slightly. At least he's capable when he's healthy, but I wouldn't have both. I didn't say Toronto was going to have both. That's the good news. The bad news is they honestly both, especially for Toronto, there's more glaring situations. We need an actual striker. I don't think Chicharito's good enough to fix our striker problems. Funes Mori surely isn't. Yeboah! Oh, Murillo almost got burnt. That's going to be a goal kick for Crepeau in the 28th. Hollingshead got burnt. I mean, everybody gets burned at least once in a season. You just don't want it to be in a game like this. Now, Sergei Palencia on the other end. Damn, no 32-52. Now, there's some 32-52 there, at least LA fans. But they can't do the crazy stuff. They just got to watch and be good boys and sit and watch and then get sanctioned next year. Columbus is winning the midfield battle. I'm not surprised. Again, they have the better midfield. Columbus has the better midfield. Nagbe and Morris is better than Tillman, Sanchez, Acosta. I've been saying this. Cross by Farsi. That's going out. Corner. I'm not surprised that Columbus could be winning this game because of that midfield battle. Let's also remember what's at stake besides the MLS Cup here. LAFC only has one chance to qualify for Champions Cup. They are not in Champions Cup next year as it stands. They have to win the MLS Cup to be in Champions Cup. Columbus, if they're already in Champions Cup, but they will move up to the round of 16. The MLS Cup is an automatic round of 16 berth. But Columbus would move up to the round of 16 and vacate their preliminary round spot, which would be filled by the New England Revolution if they were to win the Cup. So LAFC or the Revolution will qualify to MLS Cup, or CONCACAF Champions Cup by the end of the day. LAFC straight into the round of 16, or Columbus moves up, opening the spot for the Revs because they won the Cup. They do it to everybody. They did it to the Inebriati. They did it to Timbers Army. Atmosphere-wise, they did it to them. They did it to Sector Latino. They do it to everybody. They did it to 32-52. Timbers Army, atmosphere-wise, MLS did. Oh, but don't worry. They're still going to put the images of the Flares into their commercials. Because of course they will. And especially if you're good, they're going to come after you harder. Penalty! Handball penalty! Penalty for the Crew! Penalty para Columbus! Handball! They just El Matador and FC Dallas. And you weren't even good at the time. Oh, come on. Palacios was... I can't. Nah, man. Rossi, he put it right where it needed to be. Like, you can't just quickly pull your arms down. I think that's harsh. I'm not going to be surprised if they keep it as a handball, but I think that's harsh. He is. Penalty. It's given. Penalty for the Crew. It is a penalty for the Crew handball against Palacios. It'll be given. I don't know. I think it's harsh. I think it's harsh. I get it's probably going to have to be given, but I think it's harsh. We got, is it going to be Vela? It's a PK confirmed. Is it going to be Bouanga, Vela, or anybody else? Because or Cucho, I mean. Crepeau has to face a penalty kick now. How funny. My bad. Is it Cucho? I always get Cucho and Chicho. I always get confused. It is Chicho. See, I just did it again. Because whatever. Cucho Hernandez. Penalty against Crepeau. Sends him the wrong way. It's in. Goal. 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 Columbus. Cucho Hernandez sends Crepeau the wrong way. 1-0 Columbus. A little bit later than I expected, but it doesn't matter. .32 minute goal. Harsh penalty, but Cucho sends Crepeau the wrong way. Boom. Low penalty, sent him the wrong way. 1-0 Columbus. LA wants Champions Cup. They got to come back. I don't watch Crystal Palace play. I couldn't tell you. I barely watch the Premier League. And if I am, it ain't going to be Crystal Palace unless they're playing somebody I want to watch. So I couldn't tell you. I didn't even see the penalties. I really couldn't tell you. So, well, okay, I guess so then. So Kellen Acosta doesn't exist. 34th minute. Wilfred Nancy's side is up 1-0. 12 minutes before the half, thanks to that Cucho penalty, and it was a really well-taken penalty. Liverpool made a comeback, I know. Hunter Schulte went to Palace. I know he did that. I saw the transfer market post. As far as predictions. Okay, I get it, yeah. I'm not surprised that Columbus won this game. Like, if I'm wrong about LAFC winning, I'm not surprised. Like, it's so close that it was 50-50, but you had to make a prediction. I picked LAFC. Tie goes to Bouanga. Raining in Columbus right now. I think that's the same system that made it rain here, but Columbus's win probability is up to 68.1. LAFC's is down to 11.3. Extra time probability is down to 20.6. LAFC needs to get back in gear. They have 10 minutes in this half, plus whatever stoppage time, and 45 minutes in the second, plus whatever stoppage time. 1-0 Columbus. Columbus was attacking that goal. That was bound to happen, them getting the first goal with the way this game was going. PSG just scored 2-1, not Mbappe. Interesting. Was it Gonzalo Ramos? Was it Etiquette? Was it Zaire Emery? Who was it? 36th minute. Columbus Crew has the lead in MLS Cup. There's only 1-0, but they got the lead. What twists and turns will we see? Pouring rain in Columbus. That definitely changes the complexion of the game, I gotta say. Kolo Muani. He plays for PSG. Morris. He moved after the World Cup. Flashbacks to 96. Oh, that was worse. That was a deluge. This is a rain shower. It's not a muddy pitch yet. 96 was they were playing in a mud pit. I've watched every MLS Cup, whether live or not. I've watched. Here's Yeboah! Yeboah! Goal! 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 Columbus! Yo, Yeboah! What a run! It's 2-0! Whoa! Yo, Yeboah! Might have just put Columbus into the catbird seat. The crew, Yo Yeboah with a perfect run. Yo Yeboah, 2-0. You didn't expect it to come from him, but there it is. The Ghanaian scores. Yo Yeboah, the Ghanaian. Amazing pass. What an amazing ball. And he's onside. Yeboah, Hollingshead got burnt. Burnt. Crepeau is playing I don't know. Yeah, I'll say he's not playing too well after the goal. Hollingshead got burnt, but what a ball. What a ball to Yeboah. Hollingshead got burnt. I thought it'd be Chiellini, so, I'm not going to complain. Yo Yeboah, 37 minute. Columbus has the lead. Now that's a burn. Call him Kelso. He just got burned. Call Hollingshead Kelso. He just got burned. 38th minute. Columbus has been kicking ass and taking names all playoffs. I don't know what's worse. Being the defending champions and about to get pasted in the game where you could defend your title and get back to Champions Cup, which I'm sure they want another chance at, and it's the only way they could get in, or doing what Cincinnati did. I don't know what's worse. Preferably. I don't know if it's worse to be Cincinnati, where you have a 2-0 lead at home and then you blow it, like one of the 3 times you've done that all year, or being LAFC, where they basically just pissed away Champions Cup and the MLS Cup at the same time. Miami was still winning Champions Cup next year anyway, so I guess it's fine. 40th minute. I mean, I like Miami signings. Hollingshead, can he make it up? No. Shot wide. They were saying LAFC got hot at the right time. I don't know about you. I think Columbus got hot at the right time. Wilfred Nancy's suit's getting wet, but he doesn't care. His boys are winning. Can I shit on Montreal if Columbus wins? Then again, they could probably shit on Toronto because Tim Bezbatchenko, well, at least he's from Columbus, so he chose to go home. 89% win probability for Columbus. They are skyrocketing. LAFC got hot at the right time to rep the weak-ass West. That's true. The West was weak this year. Normally, it's the East. I think it's 2 different situations. It's 2 different situations. Tim Bezbatchenko chose to go home. Wilfred Nancy got ran out the door by Saputo, and Saputo's like, oh, we'll be just fine with a guy like Lozada. And what happened? The best coach in the league. I don't care. Hands down, the best coach in the league, Wilfred Nancy. I said he was damn good at Montreal. I gave him his respect over there because I knew he was good. I could have been an asshole and said, he coaches a scum. I ain't giving him respect. But I gave him respect both years. Both years in Montreal because he was good. I I'm not going to let my hatred for Montreal shroud the facts. At least when I'm talking about doing an analysis. Wilfried Nancy is him. By the way, if Columbus wins, Nancy becomes the first black coach to ever win MLS Cup. That is a win. 42nd minute. Love it. Wilfried Nancy becoming a trailblazer. Sounds about right to me. Yeah. I respect Wilfried Nancy. I did when he was in Montreal. I have to admit it. Wilfried Nancy is the best coach in the league. Right now. He is the best coach in the league. I don't care who won Coach of the Year. I like Gio Savarese. He's not in the league. And even then, I still think Wilfried Nancy is probably better. John Herdman. I don't think John Herdman is better than Nancy. I don't. I'm glad he's in Columbus now. Man, I'd hate if Wilfried Nancy was coaching Montreal and he just shoved it to us, showing Herdman ain't nothing. I don't think Herdman's better than Nancy. I think Wilfried Nancy's the better coach. I think Cherundolo's a fraud. I don't think he's a good coach. He's got a really good team, and when they lose, he makes excuses out the ass. First time trailing since, that's October, right? October 4th versus Minnesota in 6 matches for LAFC. Can they get out of this hole? Noonan, Nancy and Noonan are pretty close. I think Pat Noonan is close. Wilfried Nancy's still better as a coach. Nancy's better than Carnell. He's better than Curtin. Just from what I see. Gio's not in the league, at least for now. He's better than Vanny. He's better than Lucci. He's better than Estevez. He's better than Schmetzer. Schmetzer's a fraud. Looks like a damn principal. He's a fraud. Let's see. Who else? If Bruce Arena comes back to the league, which it doesn't look like it, Wilfried Nancy's better than Bruce Arena. Wilfried Nancy's better than Lampard or Dean Smith. Man, I honestly can't wait to see that. Wilfried Nancy making Frank Lampard look like an idiot. That would be hilarious. Well, it wouldn't be hilarious. Well, okay, no, for Frank, because it's Frank Lampard. I don't like Frank Lampard as a manager. Frank Lampard managing Chelsea ruined his legacy for me. Here's a chance. Tillman can't get the header to it. It's right to Schulte in the 44th minute. Matt Turner returns for the first time in weeks. Nottingham Forest drew with Wolves 1-1. I wonder if he keeps the job. Still better than the Greek guy. I think he's Greek. Vladikomos, the Greek guy. Better than the Greek guy. Corner for Columbus right at the end of the half. 44th minute. Into the 45th. True. I liked Columbus, though. It was a cool city. 45th minute. Oh, and by the way, they have an amazing steakhouse in Columbus, Eddie Merlot's. Yeah. Which I did reference on the vlog when I went down there. 3rd minute, 3 minutes of stoppage time. Eddie Merlot's in Columbus is amazing. It's funny because every time no, because in Nashville we didn't go to a good steak restaurant, sadly. But the first 2 away days I went on, we did do on those trips, go to a really good steak restaurant. We went to Columbus and stopped over for Columbia, Missouri, and stopped over there for a day or a day and a half. We went to CC City Broiler. Really good restaurant, but Eddie Merlot's is even better in Columbus. It's amazing. It's amazing. 46th minute. I don't know if there's any Columbus fans here, I don't know if they know about Eddie Merlot's, but even then, you can go to Columbus, go there. If you can spare it. It's good. It's good. Especially the filet. But they even got New York strip, ribeye. It's good. It's good. If I go back to Columbus, I'm certainly going to the Eddie Merlot. If it's steakhouse, if it's still there, I mean, who knows? Maybe it did. It was really good. It was doing really good when we went there, so I'm sure it's probably still open. I know City Broiler's still open because I think one of my friends went there. One of my friends who went to the zoo went there after COVID. Like in 21, 22, it's still there. So if I go back to Columbia, I would go there too. But so there you go. 47th minute. LAFC, Tillman. Hollingshead. Sometimes we go down those roads. So, and if you, oh, by the way, if you do buy the filet at Eddie Merlot's, at least when I went, it was this way, but COVID might have changed that. The head chef lets you tour the kitchen and the meat locker, I guess is how I could put it. But that probably changed because of COVID. But when I went there, which that was pretty cool, I didn't want to vlog that. I think I talked about that though. But wore a suit there too. But Columbus Crew would not bottle the final like Chivas then. Probably not. Here comes LAFC. Cross in, shot, goal! Oh no! Past the post. But that was pretty cool too. I'm sure that probably could change because of COVID. But you buy that top line like filet. That's probably, I think that's why. Top line Wagyu filet. Good head chef. Almost an own goal. That was cool. I've never had an experience like that. To be able to tour the kitchen. You got the top of the line stuff. That was a pretty cool experience. I don't know if they do that. They probably don't do that anymore because of COVID. Even now. Even 3 years out, they probably don't do it. Cross in, header. 48th into the 49th. So I'm glad I got to experience it when I did. Because that was a pretty cool experience. And it's halftime. 2-0 Columbus for the Columbus Crew. Hold on. Come on, there we go. 2-0 for the Columbus Crew at the half. 2-0. Columbus is whipping LAFC's ass right now. Oh, they're showing the RBC ad in the stadium. The Whitney Houston How Will I Know ad. I wonder if they're going to change that going into next year. I'm honestly tired of that song. And I like Whitney Houston. I watch too much football. I watch too much football. At least season pass is worth it, my friends. 2-0 at the half. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. We will be back. 2-0 Columbus. 32nd and 37th, Cucho and Yaboa. Columbus is cruising at halftime in this MLS Cup Final. Sit tight, I'll be back. We back from the stats the half, just like CCL Campeones Cup, Leagues Cup, and now MLS. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Bare minimum, they couldn't even do that. I got another icon pack today. I got Baggio. Roberto Baggio. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Paisanos! Rise up, Paisan! Roberto Baggio. Just wish you didn't miss that penalty. The Paisan! The Paisan, let's go. Roberto Baggio. He'll probably be more known for the dying at the penalty spot. The man who died standing, but Baggio was more than that. Roberto Baggio was more than that. Stats the half. 68% possession to 32. 8 shots to 4. 2 shots on goal to 1. 300 accurate passes, 88% to 118. 74%. 4 foul to 8. 5 corners to 1. 8 shots to 4. 2 shots on goal to 1. 341 passes to 159. 88% pass accuracy to 74. 13 throws to 7. 0 offside to 0. No cards on either side yet, but LAFC is getting their ass kicked. They all point blank, period. I can't say it any more than that. LAFC, Columbus have been the better team. By far. They've had more offensive chances. They've threatened more. They've scored more. Columbus is hot right now. They're red hot. And LAFC, they're just not they're not performing. They're having a disaster class at the wrong time. They got hot to get here, but the West has been weak all year. And LAFC, they look like they're representing that weak West. So, LAFC, they probably lost the cup. Hit that like button. Let's get us one going. Super chats are on as well. I don't know. I think it'd be a good game. That's all I know is I think it'd be multiple goals. Both sides. Like 2-2, 3-3. We'd probably have to go to a penalty shootout the way they're playing. Columbus is pretty damn good right now, too. They're hot right now. I wish we could play Campeones Cup in frickin' January. Forget next September. Second half about to start. LAFC is about to fail to win another competition. They're about to fail to win a trophy. Second half about to start. It's funny. Columbus were the first team to wear that MLS Cup patch Scudetto, and they might just be able to wear it again. Well, Columbus. Then again, both teams who've played in this game, I mean, LAFC is wearing it right now, and Columbus wore it the first time it was a thing. So this is true, but LAFC is playing like crap. But who knows? Maybe they'll turn it on. Maybe Steve Cherundolo made the best halftime speech of all time. Well, I don't know if that's true. I mean, Ed Reed in Miami, the University of Miami. If y'all know, you know. If you know, you know. Playing forward. 46 minute. Playing forward. Cucho! Saved by Crepeau. He had to make that save, but for the way the day's going for LA. Oh, cleared. Playing forward, LAFC. LAFC playing like 2021 Portland. Well, no way. They're going to put CM Punk on NXT Deadline. No way. He's in Bridgeport. No way. No way. CM Punk's going to be on NXT tonight. No way. Well, he did say he had a call with Shawn Michaels. I guess they have to make NXT look like they have a chance. And if it's going to pop a rating, wait, I have a chance to watch it because I ain't got shit to do after this game, and I think it ends. Still got like an hour before that show starts. CM Punk's going to be on. Okay, now this is just getting crazy. This is just getting crazy. You know what, though? If he has to be on, he better enter with This Fire Burns. If he's going to be on NXT, he needs to enter with This Fire Burns. Because it's pretty much just ECW. Because, if you know, NXT as a developmental brand basically was what ECW tried to be when ECW was a thing when Punk was around. Saved off the line by Palacios. That'll be a yellow card for Villa. Yeboah's toying with LAFC's defense. Everybody is toying with LAFC defense. I just want to hear Punk enter This Fire Burns one last time. It's a better song than Cult of Personality. I like Cult of Personality. Don't get me wrong. But This Fire Burns by Killswitch Engage is a better song than Cult of Personality. And honestly, I think it fits Punk more now than Cult of Personality does, ironically enough. He went full circle. If he entered once to Miseria Cantare in AEW, I don't know if they'd waste it on an NXT pay-per-view, but it'd be fitting. 50th minute. Cross in, header cleared. Charlotte FC to appoint Dean Smith as the new head coach. Oh, that's a rumor from 3 days ago. Oh, well, 3 days ago. What? Yeah, I'm sure we would have heard it had it 3 days ago. Zach Wilson will be traded by the Jets after the season. Matan. This game is more of a letdown than I expected. I mean, Columbus is kicking ass, but this game I thought it'd be like 2-2 right now instead of 2-0. We have time, though. Maybe LAFC comes back. It doesn't seem like it, though. Palacios, cross. You got to do better than that. What adjustments does Sharundalo need to make? He won't do them because he doesn't know how to make adjustments, but back three. Maybe put Bawanga up as the striker. Put in a guy like Biuk or Gonzalez or either or. Maybe put in Biuk and Gonzalez. or dies, take Vela out, because Vela ain't playing that well, to be completely honest. Like T-Rez, can they? No. I mean, Saboldi's not a good manager either, but Tigres just knows how to win. It seems like an opposite for LAFC. They finally won their star, but they just don't know how to win. I mean, hell, look at Tigres right now. Even now, Tigres are making a Liga run. Again, they could go be Campeonato. Why? Tigres knows how to win. They just know how to win. Even though they're old, even though Gignac is getting up there, they know how to win. That counts for something. LAFC, well, besides MLS Cup 2022, they don't know how to win. Under Bradley, they lost big games. Under Sharundalo, they have not won a trophy this year when they really should have. The final of the America Tigres, it looks like, yeah. Which that'll be a good final to do. That should get me a lot of views because I'm doing both legs. During the Club World Cup run, I'm doing both legs of the final. Should get me some good views. But with that being said, yellow card for Tillman. LAFC loses big games. They just do. 2019 Western Conference Final, they lost. The 2018 knockout round, they lost. The 2020 CCL Final, they lost. The 2021, nothing in 21. Nothing in 22. They won the MLS Cup in 22. They lost to LA Galaxy in the 22 Open Cup, by the way. They lost the MLS. They lost the Champions Cup Final, Champions League Final. They lost the Campeones Cup Final. They lost to Monterrey in the Rose Bowl, the biggest game they probably ever played. The only big game they won was against the only big game that LAFC won against their trend was last year's MLS Cup. I know. We got Kawhi. I don't know. It's Reese Hoskins, I guess, or Justin Turner. We need to recreate Ohtani in the aggregate. At least we have good pitching. We just need hitting. We need to get left-handed batters to recreate Ohtani in the aggregate. Hashtag Moneyball. Where's Billy Bean when you need him? Moneyball was a really good movie, though, by the way. Has anybody seen it? As I watched it earlier this year. I like Moneyball was a good movie. Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt did a good job in it. Save. And Chris Pratt, because Chris Pratt played Hatterberg before Guardians of the Galaxy. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it too. Oliveira, oh my Lord. Oliveira fumbled. Be a goal kick. Oliveira fumbled. Oh my God. That was the chance Columbus needed to save, and Oliveira needed to score. He did not score it. But he was offside anyway. But that was the chance he needed to score. He didn't. The movie's quite all right. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Philip Seymour Hoffman played Art Howe, I think, the manager. Philip Seymour Hoffman, he played well in it, in the movie. I think it was one of his last movies he was ever in. Farsi with a throw-in. Carlos Vela, former club Real Sociedad, beat Villarreal 3-0. Kubo got a goal. Has LAFC really shed the label of choker, or will it stick with them even with their cup win? Well, I mean, let's just look at it. They lost every final they played in this year. If they had won at least one of them, it probably wouldn't stick. Everything they've done besides that one MLS Cup says they're chokers. They got lucky. And even then, honestly, they did. Gareth Bale with the last-second goal and Philly with the worst penalty shootout I've ever seen in my life. Funnily enough, Philly's been in two of them. One benefited them, one didn't. Like, the universe conspired to let LAFC finally have the luck that they probably deserved after all the crap they went through. But as soon as they got to another cup final, they choked. Then they choked again. Then they choked again. They're choking right now. I'm just saying. They got lucky. Shot safe. I mean, yeah, they played well in MLS Cup 2022, but there was a lot of luck that made it fall their way. Bale should have never had that header. The shootout? Maybe that was good karma, but still. I'm not going to trust LAFC anymore now. And I'll be wrong when I don't trust them. They'll win another final. I mean, of course, maybe they've used all their chokes up in 1 year so they could win a couple of finals over the next couple of years. But you know what? Will Ohtani ever be the same? I'm sure he will be. I was not right not to trust LAFC. I was like, you know what? They could probably beat Columbus. No. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm disappointed. Good for Columbus, but I'm a bit disappointed. But I knew Cherundolo was a fraud. I could have told you that much. Steve Cherundolo is a fraud. The man is a fraud. He's not a good coach. I don't care what you say. Steve Cherundolo is not a good coach. He was lucky to get as good of a team as he was given. Is he better than Bradley? Yes. Is he that good of a coach, though? No. But he's better than Bradley, so I guess that's a win. That's a card, foul, Rossi down, free kick for Columbus, 58th minute. '59th minute. Sub here, Bogus for Tillman. Tillman is off for Bogus. You know what? Does Timothy Tillman start next year? Do we think Timothy Tillman, actually, you know what? Do we think Timothy Tillman cursed LAFC with the bullshit he pulled before the CCL final? I'm not going to say he didn't. I think he may have cursed him. You don't say some shit like that, then not pay, then karma doesn't come. I'm surprised Columbus is making him pay, but they've lost a couple of games to Liga MX teams ever since he said that shit. Which just happened to be in 2 cup finals and 1 really big cup match where they played the biggest stadium they've ever played. So that's one of the biggest games they've ever played in general at the Rose Bowl. So it was still cool to see a game at the Rose Bowl, though. Union Berlin won a game for the first time since the season started. Good for them. Wait, that means they have 2 wins, because didn't they win on match week 1? Did Brennan Aronson have anything to do with it? My question. 61st minute, free kick for LAFC. Yellow card for Amundsen. (2-0) Columbus. I think he might have cursed him. 61st minute. Free kick for Vela. Vela over the top, header. Buonga over the bar. There's rumors that I don't know if this is rigged, but Red Bull Leipzig could face Real Madrid in the round of 16 draw. Interesting. (2-0), yes. 2-0 Columbus. Which, if you know anything about Toronto FC's former president who built the 2017 squad, who won MLS Cup on December 9th of 2017, is now the president of the Crew, and he's about to win his second MLS Cup with the Crew. And Bill Manning, on the other hand, well, is just an idiot. And Bill Manning, on the other hand, is just a stronzo. But, that's enough about that aside. 63rd minute. Hey, I'm happy for Tim Bez. I like Tim Bez. Always will. I mean, I have to. But always will. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I guess I should have leaned the Crew. They're pretty much Toronto Midwest anyway. Tim Bez. Thanks to Tim Bez with, for some reason, winning with the former manager of the scum Montreal. But you know what? It works. Who's been the biggest tronco today? Hollingshead. Hollingshead. Easy. It's funny because he got the winning goal in the conference final. Yep. That didn't end well. Plus, Club America demolition San Luis. 5 goals in the first leg. They beat the hell out of them. Club America beat the hell out of San Luis. Very much so. They went and whipped them. 5 goals. I'd hate that. Let me tell you what. I'd hate that too. 5 goals in a playoff game. It's a semifinal. And America could basically just rotate in the second leg at home. They could pretty much just cruise their way to the final. If they blew it, that would be nuts. Besides, I mean, I don't even think San Luis could score 6 goals without being scored on, even with a backup 11 for America. So, America's safe. I don't know why Hercules, if you were watching, 22 points lost from winning position for Columbus, second most in MLS. That's the good news for LAFC. The bad news is, I don't think Columbus is going to drop another. Well, there's no points for them to drop. It's the trophy, but you get my point. In theory, will LAFC score 2 goals in 25 minutes? No. LAFC have to go 3 at the back. I would say so. I said that earlier. I guess Club America could win the Apertura Liga MX championship. Whoever said they'd buy me an America kit if they win a trophy this year, that person better be ready to make good on that. I think they're still on this channel. I don't know, but they said they would buy me that yellow America kit, like that throwback one they were wearing this year, if they won the trophy. We'll see what happens. See what happens. No joke. Like, it was back during Leagues Cup, I think, or something. I think it maybe was on the St. Louis America video comment. So it's there. 65th minute. Club America under Jardine is a lot more dangerous than choking Fernando Ortiz as they bottled Chivas game back May 1-3 at home. 66th minute. Mm-hmm. 66th minute, 2-0 Columbus. 7-1-3 record in the last 11 MLS matches for the Crew, plus 11 goal differential. Is this a needed loss for LAFC if the score holds up? I think they're going to definitely make a point in the offseason if they lose this game like this, yes. I don't know if it's a needed loss, but LAFC definitely is going to come out with a vengeance next year, I think. I think that's the good news for LAFC fans. If there's any silver lining about this loss, if it holds the way it does, they're going to come out with a vengeance. At least the front office to make some signings they need to make. And they're probably going to trim the fat. Besides, I mean, it was always going to be a meaningful offseason for LAFC. Considering Chiellini and Vela are probably gone, it was always going to be a meaningful offseason. But I think this offseason is going to be a lot. Like, this LAFC offseason is going to decide the path they're going on. Not saying they'll suck. I'm not saying they're rebuilding. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is LAFC are going to decide in this offseason whether they really want to be true contenders or whether they want to be like this, but worse. Western Conference Final fodder, but still lose. Who should be the first to go from LAFC if you're the GM? Honestly, Steve Cherundolo. I'd fire that jackass. If it was me, I'd fire him and hire Gio Savarese or Hugo Perez or somebody who actually knows tactics. That'd be the first time LAFC ever had a manager who actually knows tactics. Or Javier Perez. I'm surprised he hadn't got a job since Toronto let him go for Bob Bradley. Javier's a damn genius. Why does he not have a job? Javier Perez played with the team that he had and being screwed over and bent over a barrel and the injuries that were happening. Javier played some really good football with that TFC side. I still think Javier's football is the best football I've seen as a TFC fan since Vanny. Javier Perez should have an MLS job. He should. I don't care. He should. If I was Thorington, I'd hire him. He's a freaking genius. LAFC needs somebody who actually knows tactics. Javier Perez will be perfect. He won't get the job. I'm just saying he should. Which player should be first to go, not named Vela or Chiellini? Timothy Tillman. I don't know if he cursed him, but I would be careful. I mean, I don't think he was that good anyway. I don't think he had the right to speak up like he did. He's not a good player. He never was a good player. But if he might have cursed him, might as well get rid of the curse anyway. He's not a good player. Let him go. Timothy Tillman. Trade him to, I don't know, Dallas? He seems like one of those players, like a San Jose or Dallas player anyway, instead of LAFC. So December 19th is the Super Draft at 3 p.m. Eastern. If I'm not covering a game, I might have to cover the Super Draft because Toronto's got the first pick. I think I have to cover the Super Draft, don't I? If I can cover the Super Draft, I have to cover the Super Draft, don't I? Because Toronto has the first pick, right? I need an MLS draft expert for that stream. I am not Mel Kiper. I am not Belas or whatever. I do not know a wrist lock from a wristwatch when it comes to draft prospects. I have no idea. I have no idea. I just trust Toronto. Whatever Toronto does in the draft, I trust them because they actually draft well. Even under Manning, they've drafted well. They'll still trade the guy after 3 years, but when it comes to the Super Draft, I'll trust Toronto. I'll trust whoever they draft. That's what I know. Does that mean I have to, like, over the next 10 days, just look over prospect rankings on, like, whatever soccer site has prospect rankings, college prospect rankings? Am I going to have to do that? I haven't done that yet. Watch my old streams. Watch the Club World Cup and the Champions League draw and Liga MX and be reading prospect rankings for the next 10 days. Fair enough. I think the Timbers have a top 12 pick. Interesting. 72nd minute, 2-0 Columbus still. Bouanga's pissed off. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's probably the only one who actually really cares. He's probably the only one who actually cares. And that sucks. Because Vela, he's given up. Chiellini, at least he didn't get burnt. Bouanga's the one who probably, he cares the most. Like, Bouanga's pissed off because his team's letting him down. Shot past the post. Crepeau. Nerdy soccer guy. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. Sherundelo's not made any more subs. Makes a sub in like the 50-some minute, then he makes no more subs. You have a good bench. I'm sorry, Sherundelo needs to go. He needs to go. I don't care. He needs to go. He's not a good coach. Fraud. How Steve Sherundelo has a job over Javier Perez is a freaking travesty. LAFC is coming back. If they ain't scored goal, playing forward here. Murillo plays on Bouanga, taps it in, goal on the rebound. Denny Bouanga, 2-1. Kind of feels like the Leon game though. 2-1. Denny Bouanga off the rebound, puts in the rebound. It's 2-1. Game ain't over yet. Of course it was Denny Bouanga, though. Cleans up his own rebound. 2-1. Denny Bouanga cleans up his own rebound. Good play by Bogus to let Murillo get to the ball. Murillo gets the give and go. Plays it in. Bouanga takes the shot. Schulte off the hands. Onside. Rebound put away by Bouanga. There's his goal. There it is, Bouanga. It's 2-1. 2-1. 75th minute. Columbus has 15 minutes. Or 15 minutes to hold. LAFC has 15 minutes to score. This kind of feels like the Leon tie, though. This kind of feels like the Leon tie when Bouanga scored late in Leon after they were losing 2-0. Am I the only one who feels that way? That this feels like when Bouanga scored and Schulte is down. Patrick Schulte, who won the MLS Next Pro Cup last year with Crew 2, is down. Their young goalkeeper, we're still in this LAFC, thanks to Denny Bouanga, the only player who's actually been playing worth a damn for LA this game. So, of course it was Denny. Golden Boot winner. Through the hands of Schulte, and it lands for a rebound. Did he hit the post? Did Schulte hit the post or something? Like, how did he hurt himself? LAFC still alive because of Denny. 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Are we going to go to extra time? Are they sitting the keeper back down, or are they going to try to warm him up? Philip Krostev is coming on for Kellen Acosta. Oh, they're chanting for Patrick Schulte. I think he saved the ball with his face. It was the ball. Okay. It did go through his hands. Schulte is good. He's been cleared by the concussion doctor. Or at least I think so. Cross step for Acosta. That, okay. Okay. I don't know about that, but okay. Philip Crossstev for Kellen Acosta. I don't know if that's smart. Oh, wait, are they subbing him off? Oh, no, or he just exclaimed a curse word because he let a goal in. Schulte's been absolute money today. He's been money throughout the playoffs. He's a good player. I was like, it may be stupid to let go of Eloy Room. Turns out, no. Patrick Schulte, he's him. Sadly enough, Rookie of the Year was not a goalkeeper. It's hard to do. But Patrick Schulte, he's been pretty good. I mean, I knew he was good in MLS Next Pro. I didn't know he would come up to the next level like this, though. But Wilfried Nancy, most of the times he's never put a foot wrong. Wilfried Nancy. 83% win percentage for the Crew, 14% extra time percentage. LAFC probably still is not winning in regular time, which that makes sense. I don't like the Cross-Dev sub, though. I don't. For Kellen Acosta, I don't like that sub, to be completely honest. I don't like it. It's 2-1. I don't like the sub. Why are you taking off Kellen Acosta? If I was going, well, they already took off Tillman, so. They got Mario Gonzalez, Nathan Ordaz, and Stipe Biuk. If I was Sharundalo at this point, I think you got to sell out. Hollingshead off for Gonzalez. Palacios off for Ordaz. Biuk on for Ilie, or for Vela. Or Oliveira, one of the two. I don't think Vela needs to I don't think Vela needs to stay on. I think he's been trash. I think he's not looked that good, to be completely honest. So Vela for Biuk, or Ordaz for Vela, Gonzalez for Palacios, and Biuk for Hollingshead. I think you got to make that call very soon. I think you got to make that call very soon. You got to get a goal. And then what happens in extra time? Or at least put one of them on. I would have put Biuk on earlier. Vela hasn't cooked all game, and they won a final last year without him playing extra time. Exactly. 10 minutes to go. But since we're already up against it, I think Biuk should have came on before Krostev, or at least on with him. But no. Player down in the box. Cucho given away. Bawanga. Wonder if they're going to stop the play. No, they do not. Hollingshead. 80th minute. 10 minutes to go for LAFC to get an equalizer. Save Schulte. LAFC 10 minutes away from being eliminated from Champions Cup contention in the New England Revolution. No, Ilie's still on. I'm saying I changed my mind. But at first, I was like, you know what? Vela needs to come off. Before I said Vela needs to come off, Honestly, maybe Gonzalez too, and you take off one of the outside backs for somebody else. I think Ilie could stay. I think you take off Hollingshead for one of the outside backs, go 3 back. Then you take off Vela and Oliveira, because I don't think they played well anyway. 81st minute. I don't think either of them have played well anyway. Yaboa goes down in the box when he got injured. Are they going to look back at this? No card. He's coming off, but no card. The winning goal is Yaboa right now. as it stands. So I guess the penalty that Cucho hit will not be made into a Continental Tire ad. So no, it's not rigged for that to be the case. Or Bouanga's just that good that, you know, he said, screw your script. 82nd minute. '82nd minute. '83rd minute. Moreira is going to be the captain now. Sheberko is coming on for Yeboah. Nagbe's coming off as well. Nagbe played a damn good game, Darlington Nagbe, as he always does. Sheberko is on. Yeboah, Nagbe off. Sheberko and Zawadzki are both on. 84th minute. Dude put in a shift like always. I mean, I picked LAFC to win as my prediction. I'm happy for Columbus. I just wanted both teams to have fun. I mean, of course, I'm slightly rooting for my prediction, but I really could care less at this point. I just wanted both teams. I just wanted a good cup. I wanted both teams to have fun. I mean, I should be rooting for Columbus to win because of Tim Bezbatchenko. That is true. What he did for Toronto, that is true. But Gressel's coming on probably at this break here as well. Why'd they wait then? 84th minute. Okay. But I'm happy for Columbus if they hold on to this. I'm happy for Columbus. They played a good season. Wilfred Nancy is the best manager in the league. In my book, Tim Bezbatchenko's doing a damn good job as president of the crew. He wanted to go back home. He's doing a good job. So I have no hatred for Columbus. I have respect for Columbus. The Trillium Cup is a bullshit rivalry. I'm being honest. It's a bullshit rivalry. It's like saying freaking LSU versus Mississippi State's a rivalry. It's not, at least not in football. They may play them every year, but it's not a rivalry. I have no problem with LSU. Now, baseball, yes, but football, no. Christian Ramirez is on, and Gressel is on. Again, the real rivalry is the 401 Derby. The real rivalry is the Egg Bowl. I don't think LSU, Mississippi State, at least in college football, is a rivalry, or basketball. It's not a rivalry. Just like I really don't think the Trillium Cup's a rivalry. It was MLS created because Montreal wasn't in the league. Cucho for Ramirez. So that's the way I see it. I mean, yeah, there's a trophy for it, but that don't make it legit. I don't know why there isn't a 401 Derby trophy, though. Well, Farsi for Gressel. Point is, even if the MLS thinks I should have hatred for Columbus, I don't. Besides, Columbus has a really good atmosphere for a fan base. I went to MAPFRA before, the old stadium. MAPFRA wasn't a bad stadium. Historic Cruise Stadium. That's a lot easier to say. Palencia and Mario Gonzalez coming on. Oh, they're bringing on Palencia. Steve. Oh. Steve Cherundolo's an idiot. He actually is. Palencia. Okay. Oh, and Elia's off too? Oh, my God. Steve Sherman. That's just because it was a bad decision. Bad decision. I'm not rooting for him. I'm just face palming at the decision. I was just face palming at the decision. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Why is Steve Sherundalo goal kick for Crepeau? If anyone off, it's Vela, not your defensive mid. So even if they make extra time, they might have just screwed themselves. Fuck around, find out. What are you doing? If I was coaching against him, I'd be happy. I really don't care about my prediction being correct, but if I was coaching of him, I'd be happy. If I was coaching against him, I'd be happy. I'd be like, are you idiot? I'd be like, okay, but you're still an idiot. That's going to go out for a goal kick. You're still an idiot, but okay. He played himself. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, okay, okay. Okay, no, I guess it is Carlos Vela's last game because they're keeping him on over through hell and high water. Stupid. What a mess. Through hell or high water, they're keeping him on. '88th minute, 2 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. '89th minute. They're holding on, no problem for them. I think Columbus should be able to hold on. Palencia. Cross in. Header. Save! Schulte. Be a goal kick. Fresh legs in the midfield. Listen here, though. Listen. If you are Columbus, why would you put your forwards in the midfield? Unless Palencia's in the midfield, which that makes no sense either. I'm just saying. '89th minute. 90th minute, Patrick Schulte. LAFC. Yeah, I know. Molino's about to come on. 90th minute, free kick. Molino for Rossi. Now that's when it's okay to do a sub for fresh legs. 90th minute, how much stoppage time? Between the Cup and Columbus, how much stoppage time? 2-1 Columbus. It's 90th minute. How much stoppage? Molino for Rossi. That is their last sub. 90th minute. 7 minutes. 7 more minutes of this MLS season. We still have the Club World Cup and some Liga MX to do. But of the MLS, 7 more minutes. And that's going to be a free kick for Columbus. Down to 6. 1 minute in, 6 more to go. Rossi got a yellow card walking off the pitch. Gressel. Gressel to take. The only player that was cooking today was Bouanga. I agree. 92nd minute. What would happen if Columbus wins MLS Cup? There's any replacement for the finalists. The New England Revolution would qualify to Champions Cup. The final spot in the prelim round will go to the New England Revolution. Columbus would move up to the round of 16 because they were already in the tournament. Molino down, no pen. 92nd minute of 97. The Revolution would become the final team in the Champions Cup. Krastev goes down, free kick. LAFC with 5 minutes to go with a free kick. I think that should have been a penalty. I'm not going to lie. 92nd minute. Free kick for LAFC. Ramirez plays it in. You could say that was a foul. Then Molino in the box. Chiellini goes down. Palencia. I think that's a pen. I think it's a pen. But they didn't call it. Free kick for LAFC. Vela, free kick into the box, header, goal kick. 93rd minute. Come on, Barcelona. It's not Barcelona, Risklander. It's not Barca. It's not Barca. Goal kick. Getting closer. Barcelona can still win this. Only way Barcelona could have won this is if Messi was in the final, and he didn't even make the playoffs. 93rd minute. He didn't even make the playoffs. "94 minutes. Liga Guate Banrural semifinal is stuck in penalties. 10 pens taken, 10 each way. Yeah, didn't that happen to another Guatemalan club, like in the 2020 CONCACAF League? I think it was Comunicaciones Motagua, and something like that happened. I remember I was live for it. That was a crazy shootout, but it ain't the first time it's happened to a Guatemalan team. For that to happen, for a long penalty shootout to happen to a Guatemalan team, for that, every time a long penalty shootout happened to a Guatemalan team, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice. Weird, but it happened twice. Weird that it happened twice. It's weird that it happened twice. New England will be the replacement for the finalists. That means Thomas Chancalay will be debuting in CONCACAF Champions Cup. Yes. And Bob Bradley will probably be coaching him. I hope Bob Bradley gets destroyed. If he goes to the Revs, I hope the Revs get destroyed in Champions Cup. Preferably by Forge. Or Cavalier. Or Robin Hood. That would be funny. That would be even funnier. 95th minute. You know, I hate that a Robin Hood fan is like, I have a lot of I think I've got a lot of people subbing from that Robin Hood video. If Bob Bradley gets drawn against Robin Hood, y'all better, if it's possible that they face each other, like they're in that little quartile where they could face each other if he becomes the Revolution manager, somebody send me a Robin Hood jersey. 1, because the jersey looks nice. 2, because fuck Bob Bradley. 2, because fuck Bob Bradley. Universidad 11, Marquense 11. It sounds like it could be Bradley. It looks like he's one of the favorites. Revs love to do this shit, don't they? Well. But Bakhale, Vafankulo Bakhale. But hey, if he loses every game, I'm happy about it. I wonder if he'll keep K. Then again, he brought him back to Toronto. Is there anybody in Toronto he might go for? No, he went for Latif after he got fired. I mean, just got a freaking Norwegian team relegated. But you know what, Robin Hood fans? If the draw happens to where Robin Hood could face Revolution, y'all better send me a jersey because I wish Bob Bradley all the worst. I wish Bob Bradley all the worst. I'll even learn your freaking chants in Dutch. If they face Bob Bradley. Come on, Columbus. 96th minute, 1 minute to go. Corner. Corner for the Crew with the last 30 seconds to go. The Crew are about to become MLS champions once again for the third time, for the second time in 4 seasons. I think they've won every cup they've won at home, by the way. 2023 MLS Cup champions, short corner, 10 seconds. LAFC, one last run down the pitch. And they're just going to slowly find its way up there. But 97th minute, will the ref let him play? He does, but it's full time! It's full time! Columbus Crew are your MLS Cup champions in 2023. Columbus Crew win it at Lower.com Field. 2-1 over the defending champions at the time, LAFC. 2-1 Columbus. Third time in their club's history. They have a brand new star. Tim Bezbatchenko with his third MLS Cup. Columbus Crew with his third MLS Cup. Tim won his first with TFC, by the way. What, 6 years ago? 7 years ago? Columbus Crew are your MLS Cup champions. Good, they deserve it. I agree. They got hot at the right time. Columbus Crew will be in the round of 16 of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And the Revs are celebrating because that means they're in the Champions Cup. Not that they deserve it with all the chaos they went through, but you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Columbus Crew are your MLS Cup champions, and the Revs get a big break because of it. LAFC, they have failed miserably this season. Wilfried Nancy, a trailblazer, the first black coach to win MLS Cup. Well-deserved for Wilfried Nancy. Trailblazer, best coach in the league right now. Best coach in the league right now. Legend, Wilfried Nancy. Well-deserved. Well-deserved for the Crew. The repeat dreams are over. The repeat dreams of the Supporter Shield winner winning MLS Cup were over last week. The repeat dreams of LAFC are over this week. Columbus Crew steamroll the competition and win the cup. 3-time MLS Cup champions, 2 times under Bezbatchenko, and the second in 4 seasons. And this time they did it in front of their fans, or a lot more of their fans. How we doing, Robert? Crew win. 4 for Nagby, and man, he's happy. Look at Darlington, man. Maybe. If they keep building. Wilfried Nancy, man, he's crying too. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. He deserves it. He's a damn good coach. I'm just glad he did it with Columbus instead of the scum. Thank you, Joey Saputo, for being a complete idiot. I'm happy for him. I actually can be happy for him. Because Joey Saputo is a complete idiot. There's a hole in Quebec that they call Montreal. Go to hell, Montreal. Go to hell. You kind of have to throw the pot shot now, don't you? Arriba las Chivas, cabrón. They're not even in the playoff right now. Wilfried Nancy, what a coach. 2-1 at home for Columbus. What a win. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. Congratulations, Columbus. Commiserations, LAFC. Your champions for 2023, the Columbus Crew. That is it for MLS this year. We still got a Club World Cup to go through and some Liga MX to go through. But we're on the home stretch, the true home stretch. The holiday home stretch, once again. A FIFA competition to finish out the season. A lot quicker, but, you know, it is what it is. we basically started the season with a FIFA competition, the Club World Cup. We're going to end it with a Club World Cup, or at least this book. Bookends, baby. With that being said, see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.